Hey, what's up guys, Brandon here. We are bringing you your Livingston County January 2019 real estate market update. Let's jump right into this. We are back on the board, back on the whiteboard. So, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful year so far. We have a couple things that I always preface every video with. We have 3 years of data. It's because we need to see a pattern. I want everyone to see a pattern, to see what's going on here. That way we can see exactly what's going on with the trend of the market. You know, the trend is your friend, as they say in the stock investing world. Same thing as real estate. Everywhere you invest, the trend is your friend, right? So we do that, and we also do the month previous because we have all the data. The data is fresh off the press. We have it all, just like getting the jobs report. It comes the first Friday after the month ends. Well, same thing as this. This comes the first Thursday after the month ends. Now you get your data. So let's jump right into this. Livingston County, days on market. We had a little bit of a drop over the last 2 years, and then we've had a significant increase actually this past year. We're seeing this trend a little bit through the different major counties here in Metro Detroit. And I really think this is because of a number of things. We're seeing interest rates going up. We're seeing market volatility. We're seeing a lot of different bubbles popping up everywhere. Credit, student loan, bonds, you name it. A lot of stuff going on. So I think that's why there's this volatility, trade wars, tariffs. There's a lot of stuff going on. That's why people don't like volatility. Markets don't like volatility. So that's what happens. Now we have an increase in homes, or an increase in days on market, and homes sitting on the market longer than people would like and longer than they expect. Especially when we have these trends have been going down so much over the last couple of years. So active homes in the market, this is just a cross section from the month, and this is one day at the end of each month that we take this data. So it gives you a good idea of what's going on, how many homes are active at that time at the end of the month. Again, there was a big drop last year. There's more homes in the market this January than there was last January. More like 2017, which is again a good thing. That's why things are sitting a little bit more though. Month of inventory, just the rate that things are selling. This is the rate at which things are selling. If no new homes come on the market, how long would it take to sell every last home? And so you can still see that we're still in the 3s. It's still a pretty good rate of homes. Again, this is a good ratio, so that way you don't have to look into all the numbers. You can just see, boom, where are we at? And again, 1 to 3 months, that's a seller's market. Or 0 to 3, I should say, really. 0 to 3 is the seller's market. 4 to 7, 6 or 7, that's balanced. And then basically 7 plus is a buyer's market. That means there's a ton of inventory. There's a ton to choose from. And then we saw that in catastrophic events like the recession in 08. New homes in the market. So this is the number of new active listings that came up on the market in January. Again, pretty similar here in 2017, 2018. A little bit of a jump. Again, in 2019, we're seeing more homes being listed. That's why we're seeing things sit a little bit longer. People aren't really used to that yet. Especially we've had some cold days in January, some really interesting stuff going on. Market volatility, weather. So it'll be interesting to see playing out what happens in the next few months. Price per square foot. 128, 135, 140. Still, again, prices trending upward. But this, again, does go to the fact that there were, again, a number of homes that were closed in months previous, and it's getting that data. Same thing was sold. This is, and again, this price per square foot, this is county-wide. So you still need an appraisal, you still need someone to come in, a real estate agent to come in and give you an assessment on your home if you want your value. But this gives you an idea county-wide, remember. It gives you an idea of, when you multiply that by your square footage, about where your home will be. So it gives you a good general rule of thumb right now. Sold, this is the buyer statistic that we have. Really the only buyer statistic that we have. This shows the amount of buyers that are out there. And again, we've got a pretty good, it's bouncing up and down a little bit, but it's staying pretty steady, which means there's the same amount of buyers out there, which means we just have a lot more homes out there, which is why the days on market is going up. Which is good. It's a good thing. We need a little more balance in the market. I would expect this to maybe be up towards 4 a little bit and moving soon. So this is a good sign. Still a lot of the same buyers out there. Buyer pool doesn't get affected that much unless there's a recession or depression, something like that. Usually that's what freaks people out. Again, interest rates will do that and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the coming months, because we really haven't had any of that volatility in the last quarter or two. Truly, we've had talks of it, but now things have been starting to happen in the last couple of months. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out going forward. So I appreciate you guys more than anything. Hopefully you got something out of this. The Livingston County market update for 2019 in January. I really appreciate you guys and all the feedback you give us. If there's questions, comments, concerns, please put them in the feed here. That way we can benefit the most amount of people possible. We get a ton of people that email us, text message, put stuff in the DMs, whatever. And we love that. We want to keep the conversation on the feed here. So please do that if you can. If you know someone in these areas, please send this to them, share them, tag it, like it, love it, hate it, whatever. Please give us some feedback. That way we can change our direction and course correct as necessary. So appreciate you guys more than anything. Appreciate your time, your energy, spending it with us. It's an honor. It's the most important thing we have. The most valuable asset we have is time. So thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon.